We on that old school beat, that 1, 2, 3. Don't motherfucking fuck with me, can't you see? I'm motherfucking ready, don't test me. Unless you wanna be 6 deep, bitch. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome. I'm your host, Consley the Block Boy. Welcome to the first Minecraft podcast. It's great to have you guys. I'm here with my fellow Brock.
No. Hey,
what's up?
all right, no. Welcome to episode 3 of John Gone West. If you're tuning in, that means the lizard people still haven't seized my hidden bunker yet. I'm your host, John Van Hook, not Consley, not the Block Boy, okay?
So this isn't the, we're not doing the Minecraft podcast thing right now?
Nope. That's Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay, so my bad. Hey, what's up?
Today I have 2 guests here with me. I have, like you have already heard, Consley, Connor the Block Boy, Connor the Goner. He wears many hats. You can find him on SoundCloud under it. And I also have a good friend of ours, Casey Schluter. Say hello, Casey.
Hello, Casey, but they like to call me Pumpkin Owl.
Hey, Pumpkin.
If you would refer to me as Pumpkin Owl, I'd appreciate that.
Hey, Pumpkin Alexander, what's poppin', baby?
No, it's not Alexander. Fuck Alexander.
What's that short for?
What, Al?
Yeah.
It's just Al.
Okay. All right.
What I want to know is why you hate Alexander so much.
I don't fucks with Alexander. I know my reasons for it.
All right. Well, welcome to my show. Thanks for being on, you guys.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. You know, it's a pleasure. I wouldn't be here for anything else.
All right. So we're all here. 3 dudes, 1 podcast. Hide your kids. R for retarded. M for males.
Casey. Tell
Yes.
me a little about yourself, baby.
A little bit about myself?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a Taurus,
Oh.
which means I'm very stubborn, as you guys probably know that.
Do you read your horoscope?
Not on a daily basis, but I don't really need to because I just kind of know how it is at this point, you know?
Right.
Like,
You should
like
be
you don't
writing
read the horoscopes on a daily basis because, like, if you know what your sign is, you just fucking know how everything's supposed to be. Like, this is how Tauruses are, so, like, I just fucking know me, so it's whatever.
I love it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm 21, which is kind of cool.
Ooh. That is pretty
Which means
cool.
I
You
can
can
buy,
drink.
like, yeah, and
Wait.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of drinking.
You can rent a hotel room.
Are you the oldest
Can't
one
you do that
here?
when you're 18?
John, are you?
Huh?
You're 20, right, John?
I'm 20.
And I'm 19.
Sweet. Oh, sick.
Elder here.
Yeah, so, like, and, like, there's more. I don't like drinking just because I don't mind drinking as long as it's, like, you know, like a social gathering and, like, a home, you know?
Right.
I'm okay with that. But if you're going to go out to, like, a bar and drink, like, you can go out and do other things instead of, like, going out and embarrassing yourself in public, you know?
Yeah, and,
So-
I'm underage, so for the record, I, Connor Brockett, have not ever touched alcohol, nor will I ever touch alcohol until I'm
Right.
the legal drinking age of 21.
Of course.
I only like to drink when I'm in a dark room listening to very unpopular Doors records.
Oh.
Do you like the song? I don't like that song.
Oh. And it also doesn't help that I'm diabetic, and diabetics really shouldn't drink.
Right.
Yeah, it's just not really something we should be doing in life.
So,
All right, John, take it away.
my nephew is diabetic.
Really?
He's only 5
Oh,
though.
man.
So
Oh,
he doesn't
sorry.
really
God, wait, really?
Dude, I'm sorry.
he
for
doesn't
your
really
loss.
fight off the liquor like we do,
I'm
unless
so
I'm
sorry for
trying to
your loss,
shove it
John.
down his throat. I don't try to do that. All right, so I figured this week, since we're all, just 3 children,
Yeah.
man-children,
Yeah.
man-childs, plural. We can talk about
Man-children.
Comic-Con. Comic-Con was this week.
Comic-Con, hell yeah.
What?
None of us went, but we saw a lot come out of it.
I
Oh, yeah.
actually didn't see anything come out of it. Tell me about it.
All right, can
It's
I
me and
can I
Sluder.
can I go on this? Because I'm
Yeah,
the
go
big
ahead.
I'm the big movie guy, and so like here's the thing. Okay, so there were a lot of trailers that released. Sorry, get my headphones in again because I took them out because I didn't like it, but now I like it again. Um, and so there were some movie trailers that were released, and I want to talk about like, do you guys like Godzilla?
I love Godzilla.
There was a new Godzilla trailer released, and it looks really fucking awesome.
Did you guys see?
Does it have
the
Bryan
newer
Cranston
ones?
in it?
What,
Then
Connor?
I'd be interested.
Did you guys watch like the most recent Godzilla movies?
Yeah, I saw the 2014 one.
Right. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was okay. It started off really weird, but then at the end of the movie, like they kind of just like made Godzilla into like the goofy like Godzilla from the older movies.
Yeah.
Because like Godzilla was like it was like a beam of light, and I was like, okay, so that's just like fucking old Godzilla, and that's like really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was way better than like what was it like the 2007 one where Godzilla was in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Oh shit!
He was like a myth in that movie. Nobody knew if he was real.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was weird.
It was just like a little fucking crocodile running around in the water.
I'm not 100% sure that movie was real. So,
I wish it wasn't.
I wish it wasn't. But okay, yeah. So they released a Godzilla. It's called Godzilla King of the Monsters. And in the trailer, they revealed that it's going to be based around like the Titans coming back to like destroy Earth, and like it's
Teen
gonna,
Titans?
yeah, no, but we can talk about that
When
trailer
worlds
later.
collide. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like Mothra in it, and I fucking love Mothra. I don't know why I love Mothra so much. And then there's gonna be the three-headed dragon. That's like the king. It's like King Ghidorah or something like that. But Godzilla's gonna be fighting like fucking like 3 monsters, and it's gonna be epic.
That actually sounds pretty badass. I haven't seen
It
a movie
looked
where
really
We tried
fucking
to
cool.
do that, but
like
that was definitely like in the 70s.
right.
Right.
I'm excited for new CGI. Bring it on.
Yeah.
More
what else was
looks
released?
Really obviously fake.
You guys like DC, right?
Yeah. I mean,
th-
like the movies.
yeah.
I follow them.
DC, really.
Like them
Okay.
is a strong term.
Right. Well,
You might
Connor,
change
do you
your
know if,
opinion on that.
yeah, Connor, do you know of Shazam?
No, fill me in.
I
You don't
love
know Shazam? I like Shazam a lot too, John, and I
Feel
was
like-
really excited.
Is that
What?
a
Don't
superhero?
know who Shazam. Yeah,
Is that like
I
the
feel like-
Sham
yeah.
Wow guy?
no. I feel
Uh,
like people who don't know who Shazam is and they see that trailer will
Yeah.
think it's a big fucking joke.
Yes,
'Cause it
exactly.
I mean, all in all, it kind of is. But
Yeah.
as someone who's like, I'm familiar with Shazam. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of people should be. I mean, he was in the Injustice games, so
Yeah.
even if you don't follow DC that closely, if you've played those games, you should, have a relative idea of who Shazam
I
is.
played Injustice 2 a bit, but I never got crazy into it.
Did you ever play the first one? Because he was in the first one as a playable character.
No, I didn't.
Oh shit! Well, he was really cool in the first one, and I was really excited they put him in the game.
All right, take it away, Casey.
But they released a Shazam trailer, and Shazam. Okay, you don't know who Shazam is, Connor. Shazam is the reason he got his powers. He's just a little boy. His name is Billy Batson, and he gets his powers from Zeus, basically. It's the powers of Zeus, because the guy that gave him his powers, his name is Shazam, and then you say his name out loud, and then you become a adult man, and you get all these powers. You get super strength, you get speed, you get flight, you get all this just from saying Shazam and turning into a human man.
Okay, so it's like Percy Jackson if he got his powers from a genie.
Yeah, basically.
Kinda, yeah.
Except Percy Jackson stayed a kid.
Right.
This
Yeah.
guy turns into a full-grown fucking buff-ass man.
Yeah.
Is he still?
and so,
evil?
yeah,
is he of age then? Or is that still
when he
considered-
turned, yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'm gonna say yeah,
so like you could have sex with him. Not saying that I would.
but you could.
Okay, right. Glad we got that covered. Go on.
same level of like maturity. He doesn't like
Yeah, because
adult man. He's
yeah,
an
no, like
immature
that's why
adult man.
that's why it's such a goofy looking trailer, because he's just a little kid, but he's in a man's body, and he's just like really strong and just kind of a badass, but he's also like a little shithead. It's kind of cool.
It looked goofy, but honestly, I'm excited for it. It looks like a really good movie.
Yeah, because I've been excited for that ever since they announced the movie was going to come out. I was like, oh shit, Shazam, hell yeah! And then Black Adam's going to be in it at some point, and Black Adam's really cool because he's just like basically like evil Shazam, except he's like an actual god, and he's not a child.
Right.
He's just a god.
Okay, you keep saying that he's a kid, and it's kind of turning me off from the whole like having sex with him thing.
Well,
I thought you were. I thought you were gonna.
That's
say
honestly, Connor, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Maybe I should get something checked out. I don't know.
And so yeah,
cool. I'll feel weird watching the movie if I do, because like I got like these. I'm kind of conflicted, but
right after we're done with this, you can go and watch all the trailers because they're all pretty cool. But other than that, there's not really anything else to the Shazam trailer. But then they also released a trailer for Aquaman.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for because Aquaman is just an interesting. I don't know, because like it's kind of like Wonder Woman. It's like, oh, kind of cool. Never really thought they'd make a movie about him. And they are making a movie coming out December 21st, 2018. And I just got paid to say that.
I feel like since knowing your opinion on Aquaman now, I can comfortably say if you were a member of the Justice League, you'd probably be Aquaman.
Yeah.
And that's not
I like
because
Aquaman.
of your orange aura.
I like Aquaman and Green Lantern the best, probably.
I think it'd be funny to see
Green
Casey
Lantern
as
really got
Aquaman,
done dirty there.
because Casey is terrified of swimming.
Yeah. I'd actually like to be Aquaman because like I'd be able to just fucking be in water without like dying.
Bruce Wayne afraid
it'd
of
be
bats.
great. I'm afraid of bats? No, bats are cool.
I said Bruce Wayne.
What?
He is.
I'm not at liberty to answer these questions.
Okay, so I don't know if you follow this at all still, Consley, but The Walking Dead Season 9 trailer was released as well.
Oh.
On it. I mean, it looks promising.
Chris in that?
He died.
Oh, he died in like season 5.
Spoilers!
Oh no! Everybody chill out if you haven't seen the fucking Walking Dead.
No, that show's so old.
It's the comics. As far as what I can tell from the trailer, it I'm happy to see that. It looks like it's kind of sticking to the way the comics wanted it to go. Of course, it's not going to be shot for shot as much as I want it to be, because the fucking writers who do the TV show have to change shit. And but it still looks good. Although this is Andrew Lincoln's, he confirmed it. There's a lot of skepticism about it, but he finally did confirm it over the weekend that Season 9 will be his last season. Given up on The Walking Dead before. It's like one of my favorite things in the world, but this is gonna be a real trial of our relationship.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna be able to move forward after this.
No.
Yeah.
Because I love that man.
I know. Me too. Because like I was kind of trailing off at the end of season 8, and then I just watched like the last episode of season 8, and I really didn't miss much like in the last half of season 8, and that's the last episode, and that was like kind of enough for me. Because I'm not going to give away any spoilers because it's still like kind of new, but like the mid-season finale of season 8, I was just kind of like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm going to kind of like not care anymore for a while, because that's a little... The decision that they made halfway through season 8, it didn't make any fucking sense to me, because
it really didn't.
And now that Andrew Lincoln's not going to be on the show anymore, halfway through season 9, it's just really kind of bumming me out, because like, well, what are they going to do?
9, though. I think he's because I heard that there was a thing where he was only going to do like 6 episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Then a few weeks before Comic-Con, official Walking Dead page like put out something that's like, don't believe everything you hear, blah blah blah. And then he said that but it seemed like he's gonna finish out the season. But if he
So
does,
he's gonna do like just the entire season, every episode.
should hope so.
I feel like
But
it'd be weird to switch up
Yeah.
midway through a season.
If he only does half the season though, might make the chances between me and The Walking Dead even worse.
Yeah, I know.
Breaks my heart.
I just heard he was going to be in like the first half of the season, but
yeah.
like the first 9 episodes is what I heard. But I don't know. It's all fucking rumors at this point, so I don't know. We'll just have to watch. We'll have to watch and find out. Tune in Sundays at AMC at 8/7 Central.
Amen, brother.
Are you guys Breaking Bad fans?
Yeah,
I am
I've watched
not.
some of it. I've watched like the first 2 seasons. I never finished it.
Oh.
Was that a deal breaker? Should I go?
A deal breaker?
What?
I love
What's a
Breaking
deal
Bad.
breaker?
I think it's fantastic.
I thought it was good. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I've heard
Yeah, me
from a
neither.
lot of people that it gets way better.
Yep.
After the
That's
first
what I
couple
heard, too.
seasons, but I'm an impatient man. You know, I got a lot on my plate.
I watched like the first couple episodes of the first season, and I just wasn't really about it.
Oh,
I don't know.
like it. So I thought this was interesting. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, the actors who play Walt and Jesse, they stakes where if you win the sweepstakes, they fly you out and you get to go into the Crystal Ship, which is that RV that they cook meth in, and you get to cook breakfast.
Do you get to do meth there too?
That's cool.
Nope, just breakfast.
Because I'm looking to take up a new hobby right now. Actually, I got
With some scrambled eggs and
crack cocaine.
AMC actors. It sounds pretty fun. I definitely did not like enter for it, but
what? Why not?
I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to sweepstakes. Like I'm like, oh, that's so cool. That'd be so much fun, and I just
there's no way I'd win.
There's honestly there's no fucking way. Like, what are the odds?
Right.
Like, actually, what are the odds?
Like 1 in a few million, probably.
Yeah.
Actually,
like it's yeah.
I mean, maybe less than that, because do you know how many people like look at a sweepstake and are like, oh, what are the odds, and then just don't enter? I feel like the amount of people that actually enter is probably a lot less.
Right, because everyone has the same fucking mindset that we do. It's like, oh, it'd be nice if I could enter, and then I don't want to because I'm not gonna fucking win.
Right.
Cut down.
Oh
okay.
shit!
I don't like your rejection.
It feels better to not try than to get your heart.
I'd rather reject Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston.
I'd be like, they're not good enough for me anyway. They don't deserve it.
Anything else that you remember from Comic-Con?
I'm thinking because there were trailers, and I saw all the trailers.
Were there some nice big titty cosplay girls there? Did you watch?
Oh shit!
Yes, there was, and 1 million different Deadpools every year.
Yep.
Of course.
Every fucking year.
Are you guys a fan of Star Wars at all?
Uh-huh.
Sure am.
Do you remember Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Of course.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer of them bringing it back?
Oh no, I haven't watched any of the trailers, but that sounds.
They're like legit. They're just legit reviving the series, and new season will come out.
That's exciting. That's the. Yeah, I think I did see a trailer on that actually.
Because it
opens up with them going through all the different
stormtrooper heads, clone trooper heads.
Yeah, clone trooper heads. Yeah. I watched that one. Yeah, it actually does look pretty good.
Thing is, I was never really a fan of the Clone Wars. I don't know why. As a child, I just didn't really care. I thought I think it was too.
Animation.
Yeah, the animation was weird, and I thought it was like too serious. Like actually, I was like, oh, that's kind of like an adult show. I don't want to watch that.
It definitely is at time. It's really serious and like just...
yeah. So like maybe now as an adult, I could probably get into it.
I was too busy watching like cultured shows like The Big Bang Theory. Bazinga!
Bazinga! God damn it!
And do either of you follow any of that Kevin Smith anything?
Oh, that's the
Kevin
dude.
Smith.
He has like his own show, right? He has like that comic book show.
Yeah, they got canceled.
Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, it did get canceled. I liked that show, which is
I do
guess
too.
an unpopular opinion, but I'm biased because first of all, I love Kevin Smith. He has a million and one podcasts, and I love every single one of his movies he's ever written and directed, including one that his friend Brian Johnson, who is that you might know him as the hairy guy, the big old hairy guy on Comic Book Men. I love that guy so much. He and Walt, what you would say is the main guy that runs the story.
Oh yeah, Walt. Yeah.
They do a podcast called Tell 'em Steve Dave with Q from Impractical Jokers. If you've ever watched Impractical Jokers,
dude, I love Impractical Jokers.
It is a fantastic podcast. It's because when you watch Comic Book Men or Impractical Jokers, you get how funny they are and you get the humor, but it's the most uncut. You get the real versions of them, and it's hilarious. It's refreshing. But anyway, they constantly talk about how, they admit that the only reason they have Comic Book Men or that Tell 'em Steve Dave got so popular so quick was obviously because they can piggyback off of Kevin Smith's already huge fan base. Give a fuck. Most of the time, I just pay attention to them more than Kevin Smith as it is. But recently, I about it a lot. A movie that he wrote and directed because Smith, he did Clerks. Have either of you seen Clerks?
Yeah, I love that movie.
I've never seen it, but I know about it.
That's fantastic. When they did Clerks, they did that. He got he went through film festivals and shit, and then it was eventually picked up by the Weinstein Company, which is obviously a tender topic right now. But so they gave him funding to make other movies, and then he made Red State and Chasing Amy and Mallrats and stuff like that.
Mallrats, yeah.
They gave him funding to do a lower budget, just here's some money if you want to do a movie. Here, you got the funding for it. So at the beginning of Clerks, the very beginning and the opening credits and shit, they have the little cartoon of the View Askew clown, because that's what the company that Kevin and Scott Mosier work, because Scott Mosier's the producer who does all the production on Kevin Smith movies. They have it's a little animation of a clown. You could probably look it up, but it's a clown and drag and shit that comes out and does a little dance and shit. And it's just the View Askew theme rather. So Kevin Smith and Brian are sitting around and they're talking about that, and Brian's like, what's this guy's story? What's the idea around this guy? And Kevin's like, I don't know, some guy, we have a friend that just kind of drew it up. Why don't you write the story about it? So he did, and he made a film called Vulgar. Have either of you ever heard of it?
No.
It's written and directed by Brian Johnson, and he even stars in it as the co-star, I guess you would say. He's the main character's best friend, but it's a story about a guy played by Brian O'Halloran, which plays Dante in Clerks. And he's a children's entertainer, clown, and he goes to birthday parties and shit. And I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, but into the movie, he gets raped.
Whoa!
The clown goes to a job and he gets raped by these three dudes, and and the movie's from 2000. It's not it's 2002, I think. It's not a new movie.
Right.
Even as crappy as the film quality is, it's still the scene where he gets raped is still really sick and jarring, because it does a lot of weird fadings with the cameras and up close with the raper's face and shit. But anyway, I thought it was a great film. It's called Vulgar.
I've never seen a clown getting raped before. That sounds...
Oh, that sounds fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Ironic. It's ironic as shit.
Does he honk his horn? Or when they pull out his dick, does keep coming out like the rope,
No, I recommend you watch it. It's weird, and if you like Kevin Smith movies, it's definitely your kind of thing.
Oofta.
Which leads me to Brian O'Halloran, who plays the main character, the clown. It's really weird to see him in this because I mean he was in Clerks, he was in Clerks 2, he's in most of Kevin Smith films. And he was in Burlington recently, actually, right before I just moved away.
Oh shit!
He was at the Capitol Theater, June 21st.
Wait, who?
Brian O'Halloran.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and they did a screening of Clerks for the Snake Alley Film Festival, and then he was there, and like he did a little monologue before the film, and then we all watched it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And then he did a Q&A afterwards, which was really fun. And as someone who like I follow this fan base and all these people, and I listen to the podcasts and stuff. All these questions that everybody in the crowd was asking, I hate to sound like a fucking like know-it-all, but it's like I already knew half the answers, like what Brian was going to say to half the questions, because they're like basic questions that, like where did you meet Kevin Smith? How did you get started with this? Like blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, I don't really have, like I wish I could ask him a question, but I don't really honestly have a question to ask this guy because I already know, like I've already heard him and other people talk about all this shit. And so I'm sitting there, and then the guy comes around with the mic, and it pops into my head. Which actually, I got this idea halfway through the movie, but then I decided on it after the movie. Connor, you saw it. Do you remember that scene when they're in the car and they're driving back from the funeral, and he's like Randall's asking Dante if he's ever tried to suck his own dick.
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
Because the guy, like his cousin or something, died from trying to suck his own dick.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's the perfect question. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell else to ask him. So the guy comes around with the microphone, and it's actually the mayor of Burlington, Shane McCampbell.
Oh yeah.
And he hands me the microphone, and I just straight up asked him like we already know Dante Hicks' answer, but I gotta hear it from you. Have you ever tried to suck your own dick? And, it was a stupid question, and I wasn't even really expecting an answer, but it felt good because I mean it made the whole room laugh, which was ironic because going in I saw a lot of like my past teachers from VHS there.
Right.
Oh god.
Like one of my math teachers was there, and one of my art teachers as well. And it was just
funny.
It was funny, but
I hate thinking about teachers as real people with like senses of humor outside of school.
yeah, they're
Grosses
fucking
me out.
robots.
It grosses me. It makes me sick in my stomach.
Yeah, and that was actually my birthday, so that was like my birthday present
hell
to
yeah.
ask him if he's ever sucked his own dick.
So the question at hand is, has he?
He said no. I feel like he had to say that as an actor.
Right.
No, it would have been big news. But after that, he just kind of he went on talking about how like when they filmed that and when he was a kid, they kind of grew up in a different time where porn wasn't accessible at your fingertips almost all the time like it is now. So he was talking about like having to snag the National Geographic and shit.
and the African women.
Yeah, get his kicks
Lord.
in that way. But that was fun. I have an original game here that I thought of the other day.
Oh, it's game time. I'm ready.
Game time.
I've been excited for this.
You guys ready to play this?
Yeah, I want to know what it is.
It better be some gay nerd shit. I'm only into gay nerd shit. Okay.
It's kind of gay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Cool.
Before I asked, are you two familiar with Michael Jackson trivia at all?
Not at
Yes.
all. Oh, okay. I'm gonna lose.
Are either of you familiar with Adolf Hitler trivia at all?
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Okay, so we got a pretty wide range of knowledge here.
Right.
Okay, so this game I came up with the other night in the pit of my insomnia. It is called Mike or Reich.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's R-E-I-C-H, right?
Right? Oh, John, I love you.
Okay, so
Oh.
I got a list of quotes
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Quote off to you, and I want you guys to tell me if it was said by Michael Jackson or Adolf Hitler.
Oh god.
I'm fucking crying. Oh,
John,
good
you're
lord.
a genius, man. This is
You know when something just comes to you without any help?
right.
My
This was one of those things.
Oh my god.
Okay,
All
so I'm gonna
right.
do really bad at this game, but I want you to know.
No, I got this.
Right,
I
and no
got this
cheating,
shit.
because I know you got the internet at
Yeah,
your
yeah,
fingertips.
yeah, I got you.
No cheating. All right, you guys ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Number 1. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Who said
That's
it?
100% Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna have to go with Hitler on that one. Right,
Connor?
sorry.
Connor, are you serious?
I just feel like Hitler. I just-
The world could go either way.
He had a real vision for the world, you know?
I know the answer is Michael Jackson. I know the answer is Michael Jackson.
I also know the answer to Michael Jackson, but
I'm going to say Reich as well.
I have to go with Reich on this one.
I'm going to go with Connor and say Reich.
It's Mike. It's Michael Jackson.
Oh, no shit. Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
It's kind of it was about world change, so it could go either way there.
God damn it.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Pleased with anything. I'm a perfectionist. It's part of who I am.
Okay, I actually think that one's Reich.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Reich.
Hitler was a perfectionist.
Yeah.
That was in his book.
Yep.
That one was Michael Jackson.
What? That was Mike? No shit.
Yeah. I feel like there was a little bit more to that quote because a lot of these quotes are like taken out of interviews.
Right.
What the
People
hell?
take them out. They think like, like, oh, that's really touching. Like, I don't care about the rest of the interview. That's a powerful sentence. But yeah, no, that was Michael Jackson.
I guess our boy Mikey and our boy Reiki have a lot more in common than maybe they weren't so different
Mikey
after all.
and Reiki. Oh, Lord.
I'm learning a lot about history and myself today.
Fuck! Oh, fuck.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, my fucking gum fell everywhere.
You're Mike and Reichs?
No, I'm fine. My Mike and Reichs? Oh my god.
Right. Did you get it? Are you got it together there?
I'm gonna make a candy called Mike and Reichs. And it's gonna have like Adolf Hitler on the front. But it's just gonna be Mike and Ike's.
Number
Funny story. Hold on. Have I told you guys? No, I probably haven't. These tattoo ideas. Casey, you might know this.
Okay.
Me and my friend Jeremiah have these tattoo ideas. I've recently been getting into stick and poke tattoos. I put some smiley faces on my legs.
Oh yeah.
My new rap name is gonna be Smiley Legs. By the way, you can catch me on SoundCloud.
Smiley leg.
So we have this idea, and I just want to run this by you because I haven't really ran this by anyone with like a normal state of mind. So tell me if this is a good idea or not. Okay. So now, hear me out. Don't freak out. So, on our feet, we want to put a swastika, right? And now, now hold on. Just have an open mind. Because then we're going to put a circle and a line through it. Like, no Nazis, you know? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
no
No Nazis.
free zone.
so is that like, would people we were thinking we could maybe use a different color for the no part, so like people are like when they look at it they're like, this might have been a cover up, but you don't really know.
Well, if you do it, even if you do it like red, like the
Exactly.
classic
yeah.
circle with a line through it, I feel like it wouldn't be that noticeable on your skin as much as the black swastika. So you really got to kind of get close.
Good.
Honestly, Connor. All right, Connor. What I think you should do, just like put it on like a really like put it on like
My
like
ass.
no, put it on like the back of your neck.
Oh no!
So that everyone knows that you're like no Nazis.
Right, because I want people to really understand this message and everyone to see it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you can't
dude.
just put it on your foot. It's all or nothing, Cons. You can't try to hide it sometimes. Like if that's really how you feel, you got to put it out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Maybe I'll
put it on your forehead. Actually,
maybe I'll just come back to this idea.
No Nazis.
For number 3.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen.
This one has to be
I hate-
Adolf.
I hate to go with Rec again, but every single one has been Mike so far.
Right, exactly. So, like, regardless of the trivia I know, you're not going to put 3 mics in a row. I got you figured out, John.
Okay.
John, could you please repeat the quote?
Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen.
Well, Adolf Hitler did, in fact, make it happen.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go and say Mike.
You're a fucking idiot, right?
Okay, this one was a trick question.
No.
Uh-oh.
Mike, but it's Michael Jordan.
Oh, God.
Well, I said Mike, so I got it. Well, that's 1 point for me.
You still got
a
it.
half point for that?
No, that's
All right.
100% of my. That's a 1 point. That's 1 full point for Casey. For Pumpkin Owl.
4.
All right. Pumpkin Owl 1, Smiley Leg 0. No Nazis 0.
No Nazis 0.
They never get a point.
Before
Wait, that kind of sounds like a double negative, though. Like they they aren't good, and they're no Nazis. So, number 4, if you tell a big enough lie and tell it frequently enough, it will be believed.
Okay, now I feel like I'm playing like 16D chess right now with you, John. So I'm going to
Game
see
really
you
is.
and raise you, Mike. There's no right questions in here.
I'm gonna say Reich because I don't think Mike would say that.
I don't know. He has a lot. A lot of people would say he has some stuff to lie about. He tried telling people that he had a skin pigmentation problem.
Right.
Well, yeah, because he does.
Moving on.
The answer is Adolf Hitler that said that.
Hey, that's 2 points for me.
Okay, I see how this is going. John, the problem here is you're just not smart enough to keep up with me.
Yeah, John's the one's really fucking up by saying the questions.
I could see where you're
You know what,
coming
John?
from.
You're not doing your part by not saying the question correctly.
Do you want me to say it in like a Mickey Mouse voice?
I don't care how you say it, but it's not pleasing the fuck out of Connor.
Well, the quote
They
has
probably
to sound like them.
If it was Mickey Mouse.
It
No.
has to sound like them?
Do your best German impression on that quote.
No.
Sound
Look at
like
it.
Adolf Hitler as best you can. And go.
God damn it.
I hate Jews.
Oh, okay. See, now that one?
Oh,
that's
that was
obviously
right.
Mike.
That's obviously Adolf Hitler.
That was obviously Mike.
Walt Disney.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just kidding. That wasn't a quote at all. All right. Number 5. Words build bridges into unexplored regions. Repeat
That's
that.
it?
That is words build bridges into unexplored regions.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna go Mike.
Hold on, do I have a coin here? Hold on.
Because it can honestly, it's 50-50.
Says he's reaching for a coin, but is actually Googling the quote.
Alright, this one's obviously Mike, because he's heads, and, I mean, the coin knows all.
Yeah. I always said Mike, so.
Because that is also Adolf Hitler. That was Reich.
Yeah, Connor, I don't know what you searched, but it wasn't the right answer.
I searched, coin flip simulator with a little swastika on the coin.
You Google search Mike or Reich, all the answers.
Mike or Reich, all answers. cheat codes from Mike or Reich.
Yeah. Okay. What is it, 6? Number 6.
I don't know. You're the one. It's your game, man.
The greatest education in the world is watching the masters at work.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's Reich.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Reich on that one too, actually.
That sounds a lot like Hitler.
That was Michael Jackson, buds.
What the fuck?
Okay.
The king of pop himself.
All right.
John, I need you to give it to me straight, buddy. Do I have a chance of winning this game?
No, because I mean Casey's in the lead and one left.
Okay.
Okay, so
this question is gonna be worth bonus points.
Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, this one will be worth 2 points. This one will be worth 2 points. So Connor can either tie, or I just win.
Right. Okay. So we're either gonna both get participation medals.
Casey's like, either I win or no one wins.
Either I win or we both win. That's nice.
Very relatable to Hitler's idealistic. You know, that's what he was going for.
Right.
So I think we have a mole in the game here.
Ooh.
Excuse me?
You a descendant of Hitler, Casey?
Am I a what?
Descendant of Hitler?
Say Kyle?
Okay, so you're trying to get a tattoo, man?
Oh, I love the no.
I
Nope.
love the no with the question mark.
No.
All right, last one. As a Christian, I have no duty to be cheated, but I have the duty to be a fighter for truth and justice.
Oh god.
That's 100% Adolf Hitler.
I'm gonna go with Mike on this one just because I want us to have different answers.
You want me to say Michael? I can say Mike and you can say Reich.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna say Reich then.
No, it's okay. Good. It's Mike. It's Mike. I got this in the bag.
I'm not having you switch back and forth. What is your final answer?
I am Mike. He's Reich.
Yeah, I'm Reich.
Casey's a Nazi, and I just like some good old music.
And fucking children.
Time ever in John Gone West history and Mike or Reich history.
Right.
We have a tie.
Oh my god.
I knew it, dude. I knew it. I went with my heart.
Wow.
And Michael, he came up from the heavens and he took my hand with his glove. He showed me the way.
He put your hand inside of his glove?
Well, Casey,
he leaned in and he licked your ear and he said, "This is it."
It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Just beat it. And then he killed all the Jews. Yeah. Well, I'd say that was a successful first original game for this podcast.
That was a lot of fun. I really liked that game. I hope this segment comes back.
Maybe we'll see a similar game like Micro Reich in the future, because there's not really that many. I mean, both of those people are dead, so there's not really that many quotes coming out of them that I can work with again. So, you guys want to move on to the second segment that I had planned?
Yeah, sure. That was the first segment.
Yeah, that was a game.
On to phase 2.
What's phase 2?
It's a segment I'm calling, but I'm calling it "Take the Bait," and it is clickbait articles that I chose to waste my time reading.
Oh, okay.
So this first one, I've seen a few other places. It's kind of recent. I don't really know how recent, but within the last few months, I've seen a few places, but I just ran into it again the other day, and I read it again after I already read it the first time. Excuse me, just had a little burp there. Are you grossed out yet, viewer? I mean, listener? All right, so our first article is
You gave them time to respond. This is like a kid's show.
Yeah. Do you know where they went? Right.
They answered that one too. Oh, you're fucking wrong.
All right, so article head on this one, but I'll just read what I have here. A sealed sarcophagus was recently discovered and opened in Egypt, only to find 3 skeletons spewing in putrid, rust-colored soup. A change.org user going by the name of Inez, it's INNES, and then MCK. So I'm not really sure if that's a name at all, but
it sounds like a bunch of letters, if I'm being honest.
Created a petition in the name of this total sacrilege, and created a petition, total sacrilege, on Saturday afternoon, and it's gathered more than 8,000 signatures from petitioners who wish to sample the forbidden nectar. So this guy made a petition. They want to drink what they found in this sarcophagus.
That's really not a good idea.
It says in the petition, we need to drink the red liquid from the cursed dark sarcophagus in the form of some sort of carbonated energy drink so we can assume its powers and finally die.
My only question for you is, can I still sign up for this? Is this still going on? Or?
I don't know. Go to change.org. Figure it out.
Holy shit.
Drink that nectar. And the article later explained that it was like sewage that had leaked through the cracks of the sarcophagus into it. So this is it's shit water. It's water and
Jesus.
Magical people want to drink it. Now, I know what you're saying. At first glance, you're like, this is gross. Why the fuck would they want to drink this? But, I mean, drinking it does sound better than my first idea, which was to get a spoonful of it, heat it up with a lighter, filter it through a cotton ball, and shoot it between my toes.
What the fuck?
Which is a process I'm trying to coin called Pharohin. Pharaoh, like Pharaoh?
Yeah, it's like a pharaoh.
So I'm not really sure what the fuck this is all about, but this is one of those where it was like, well, I'm going to read this. I'm going to figure out what the fuck's going on here. And it showed in the picture, it's just like there's kind of bones sticking up out of it.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
It wasn't like like what you'd imagine like a typical sarcophagus is, like flat. Their arms are crossed on their chest, like it looked like they kind of just tossed the bodies in there, and that could be after they're kind of rummaging around in here, but it did not look appetizing. It did not look like it was going to give me any sort of
gross. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any powers in this shit water.
The power of Pharohin, though.
Or the power of fucking dysentery.
Most dangerous part about going through these tombs and kind of Second would be finding me and Brendan Fraser held up in a corner wrapped in blankets, shooting Pharohin into our toes. Like, oh my God, is that Brendan Fraser? And he's like, I see scarabs. I see scarabs.
Oh my God.
Okay, so, and then the second article I chose was Healy's The Psychic Cat correctly predicts winner of the first World Cup game of like the World Cup FIFA.
Okay, so how did
soccer
you do that?
football. I mean, before I tell you anything, obviously a fucking cat didn't predict.
Did he say it?
No.
Cat's just talking now, but the only thing they say is the winner of the World Cup.
I feel like we should be focused on the bigger topic at hand here. There's a speaking cat.
Okay, so the game was between Russia and Saudi Arabia. And this cat, he lives in the State Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, Russia. And he's making these predictions based off of the person who owns the cat is putting 2 bowls of cat food labeled Russia and Saudi Arabia in front of him.
Yeah.
How did this get an article written about this? I could do this.
You could. You know what? I think you're trying your calling, Connor. You should really start writing articles like this.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I was thinking I could just get a cat and just like set some shit in front of it. One of the time, like maybe this dude has done this thousands of times. He gets it right one time, and it's like, oh shit, this cat's fucking magic, dude.
Tell the masses.
Yeah.
They say the cat is deaf. The Hermitage officials say, and they suggest that gives him an advantage, since he's not easily distracted from making predictions. As if like people are gathered around, like, go for Arabia, go for Arabia. So this cat's deaf, so he has nobody, like he doesn't have a little devil on his shoulder.
Right.
That's
But obviously he went to the Russian.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, cats can read, so like they know, like I'm gonna fucking go to the Russia because that's where I live.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, this isn't the first time the Russians have influenced the outcome of something. I mean, we've been able to tell that in the past few months. And I think this is the first time, though, that they've been able to blame it on a cat.
Right.
The article later states that there's speculation that one of the food bowls contains like catnip or like some sort of fish in it.
Yeah.
So obviously the Russian people want the cat to go to the Russian bowl. Something tells me that process here in America with Trump when deciding what he's going to put funding into next, kind of like they're taping proposals to different colored hookers and they're seeing which one he goes to first. Which honestly is like the only logical reason I can come up with as to why we now have a space military.
Good point.
Fucking Space Force.
You got universal health care, you got issues with the border and all this like ICE stuff, and then you have Space Army, and they obviously taped the Space Army to the Russian hooker, the whitest one they could get.
Dude, I just want to see a movie starring Donald Trump as the head of the Space Force, and they like go do some like Star Trek shit.
Oh my god, yes.
I actually saw like a video of like somebody had gone to a Trump rally, and they were talking about Space Force to all like the Trump fans, and they were all like behind it and shit. And then the one guy's like, the interviewer, he was like, "Oh, so like, why do you think they need a Space Force?" And the Trump supporter goes, "Space ISIS."
The pictures are getting craftier and craftier as the days go by.
Oh god, I'm choking.
I was like, what the fuck? Hell yeah, Space ISIS, what up?
Dark 30, you can't fucking hide from America in a little shack in the middle of a Middle Eastern country. You gotta get
Right.
creative. You gotta fucking go to space.
Oh,
We have to like just get above everyone.
I'm
this is
sure this is not. I'm sure this is not correct. It's probably something I just heard, but didn't we find Osama bin Laden based off of him like movies or some shit like that? Like through some
I have no idea.
It was some kind of like internet or television or some kind of service that like immediately like I don't think it was like, oh, Osama bin Laden's getting cable. I think it was like, you know, one of his known affiliates was getting a
Bin Laden
service.
signed up for AT&T.
Yeah. On a commercial, it's the bomb.
Guys, he got the hotspot package. We have it.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't know. That's probably not true. But I thought I heard something like one of his affiliates got like some kind of service, and that's how they found him. But I could be something wrong. I could be really like
Maybe no. I think what they actually
putting
did
down
was
American intelligence.
I'm pretty sure they got a couple of dogs together, a couple of deaf dogs, and put some bulls in front of them. That's how they found the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Each dog did his job.
They're like, all right, Humphrey, what cave is he in?
Fucking Clifford cracked the case.
So that's
Lord.
all I had for Take the Bait.
I like it.
I like that segment. I didn't really know what I was getting in for, but no, it worked out. It was an
A lot less
one.
effort than Micah Reich does.
Right? Yeah.
Cons, what time we sitting on?
We're just about to hit the hour mark.
Mark, is there anything you gentlemen would like to go over
Oh, jeez.
before we close this up?
Wow.
I don't know, John. How you been doing?
Yeah, I wanna know what you're up to, John. Like besides, the
Yeah.
stuff you talked about in the podcast in the first episode, and with Alyssa. Like just what's going on, man? Your day to day. What you got going on?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I don't sleep much anymore,
Right.
and I think that derives from, and you can call me a fucking an addict, a druggie if you want. And full disclaimer, I do drugs. Okay, I'm a bad guy. I'm a criminal.
Wow.
I smoke
I'm calling
marijuana.
the police.
Oh,
You
I
what?
thought you were gonna say
I-
something casual like meth.
Pharohin.
Brendan Fraser's already spending life in jail for that shit. I don't want you getting on it either, John.
Don't talk about my friend Brendan like that.
Oh, Lord.
So I stopped. I have not done it in months.
Really?
And it affected my appetite. I did not eat well when I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And in hindsight, you'd think, oh, this weed's really bad for you if it has that kind of effect on you if it just stopped. But I kind of see it as the other way. Granted, I'm kind of biased. I'm an advocate for it, but
Question.
without it, I obviously don't eat that much.
Right.
Mhm.
Question, real quick. Has your body reinflated yet? Because I saw a commercial back in the day where there was this teenage girl laying on a couch, all this and like.
Oh. No, I kind of just have Alyssa drag me around the house. Put me on the clothesline out back.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to get some air, so she threw me up on the fucking clothesline.
So, I mean, when I stopped, I was eating maybe once a day, if that. That I
Wow.
loved eating. Like, it was depressing. It was depressing as shit. Like, I couldn't eat anything, and I felt so bad because, like, I mean, I know Alyssa doesn't like to eat without me for some reason. I think that's like a woman thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But,
it's a dog thing.
And then like I was living with my brother, so for just a while, and he would make dinner, or his girlfriend would make dinner, and I'd have like 2 bites of it, and so I'm a piece of shit who doesn't eat your cooking and shit. So
Right.
that was really hard, and on top of that, haven't really recovered from is I just don't sleep that much anymore. Just I get tired. I'm always tired like any other person, like I was when I still had a job, like I was when I constantly smoked weed and didn't do anything with my life. But at night and Alyssa's out like that, I try to listen to my podcasts sometimes, not mine, but the ones that I listen to. Nothing helps me sleep other than the soothing sound of my own voice. But I listen to the ones that I listen to, and I kind of, I give that some time to try to wind me down a little bit, and that doesn't work. And I do, excuse me, I got a spaghetti burp again. Oh, that was gross. I try doing what they say, like, just try to go to sleep. Your screens are keeping you up, but like I straight up, I turn off all the lights in the house. I turn off all the TVs. I put my phone down, and I just end up staring at the ceiling. I end up just, rolling and rolling and rolling in bed. And I started taking Benadryl.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess people might say is abusing over-the-counter drugs, but I don't think so. Because I could just get sleep aid, but I don't know why I'm weirded out by the idea of sleep aid. I just don't want to have a sleeping medication.
Some freaky stories about that shit, like people like sleepwalking and stuff.
I don't like any of that shit.
So I get Benadryl, but that's also because Carl, I'm actually allergic to my cats. So like, as much as I love spending time with them, I can't like spend time with them. So I as it is, I already take a lot of Benadryl. But even that's like, like with any medication or medicine, eventually your body's like, all right, we're used to this.
Right.
And so I can only take, like, I don't like taking more than 2 because, I mean, there's a lot of acetaminophen or whatever, the Tylenol shit. It's stuff that'll wreck your liver.
Right.
There's a lot of that in there. And the more of that I take, the more it's going to, I'm not trying to do not a lot of damage to myself. So I've been just not sleeping a lot. Aside from not sleeping, I've been getting out and doing some Arizona stuff. That's been fun. It's gorgeous out here. Except for it's monsoon season is coming up. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh, shit.
Well, monsoon
I don't like the sound of monsoon, because monsoon's like a fucking... It's a natural disaster.
Yeah, well, it's not so bad in this area, but it can be pretty rough. But basically, what it is the ground out here, everything is so dry. The water sucks right up, but it doesn't. It takes longer to sift into the soil and into the ground, or even evaporate. So when it rains, and it does rain out here, even though it's a drought, it doesn't like lightly rain ever. The shit just fucking comes down.
Right.
And so it all sits on top of the soil, and it gets floody real quick.
Wow.
Which obviously they have adapted for that. Like, all the curbs around here have like indents around them. So like every curb you go on is like a fucking roller coaster ride. You go up and down. And water. And then they have fuck, I can't think of what they're called. I'm gonna call it a monsoon trap. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But they're
gonna get them this time, boys.
Yeah. I think the rain's coming. But they're like these little bridges all around town that have little alcoves under them that's supposed to filter the water, and it just gives it a place for all the water to go to and build up. And they get pretty like, because like it's almost like like the sewer system basically, but they all filter into those. Oh, I think they're called washes.
Okay. Car wash.
Yeah. When it's dry, it's actually kind of neat because it's all like dry down there, and like in town, that's where you'd see the most like weird bugs and whatever wildlife that you do have. But in monsoon season, it's really dangerous because you can get like sucked into them really quickly.
Oh fuck!
And they get thick. Right. And it's like muddy, like it's mud and water on top of concrete, so it's slippery and shit down there.
Oh god!
Yeah.
And lots of kids dying yearly in washes from playing in them and shit. Because I mean, first glance they're cool, but when those fucking storms come, it gets real quick.
Yeah.
Damn.
So there's that. We have not.
So about the sleep thing, real quick, just so. So then you would say, as a result, sleeping less. So you've been more productive since you stopped smoking weed. More time to yourself. More time to do the things you like.
I would say that, but I don't want that.
You heard it here first, guys. John is an anti-weed advocate.
All right, you caught me.
Tired and pass out like a bad guy.
Devil's lettuce. Weed helps me
sleep.
Weed helps me sleep. It helps me wind down, relax. I've had to deal with a lot of things where, and I'm not like Casey. Like I don't not like to drink, but the only thing I can do. God, I sound like such a fucking like I have a problem. Like I need things, but maybe I do. Anyway, when that's all I have, because it's the fucking moniker that's old as time. You smoke a doobie and you chill out and you just everything's fine. And I don't do it to get through the day. I do it so that I can get through tomorrow. Because today was rough. And not that I don't have a job yet, but just the process of looking for a job in itself. I've been going places. I've been calling people. Even everything's fucking online these days, and you applied somewhere online. Horrendous. I tried to apply for the U.S. postal system the other day, and they have like a $40-something you have to take this exam. That alone pissed me off, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking pay that, especially because they wouldn't let me see if I have availability in my area for a mail carrier or something like that. After I paid that deposit and took the exam, so I could pay that, and then the town that I live in has plenty of mail carriers, and they don't fucking need me, and then you just got $40-something out of me.
Right, it's a little Ponzi scam.
Oh, I mean, not that in itself is in all applying for places, but it's just it's little shit like that.
So what you're saying is drugs are good, the U.S. government's evil.
Yes, that's all I've ever tried to say. If I've ever tried to get any point out there, that's one of them. Have you guys ever heard of Vector?
The gun?
No, it's Vector. I think it's either Incorporated or Enterprise. No, it's Vector Marketing.
Oh, I have actually, yeah.
It.
I saw that. I almost applied for it, but I got kind of sketched out.
Yeah. What they are is they're a cutlery company. And silverware and all kinds of cutlery and shit like that.
Isn't it door-to-door sales shit?
I think it was, but I have a friend in Burlington that I worked with, and he got from them. So, and the closest place to Burlington is it's somewhere in Illinois. I can't remember what town it is, but an interview. And when he got there, before he even got confirmed for the job, they asked him if he had anybody he could recommend to do the job.
Yeah.
And he said me for some reason because I was his boss.
Oh, yeah.
And what they told him was $17 an hour, guaranteed hour, but you make your own schedule. And I think there was something else they said originally, but so I got a text from this lady, and that's always weird. You don't get texts from places getting job offers.
Yeah.
But this lady sent me a text with that, and so I was kind of excited, even though I was moving in literally a week and a half. Right. I was like, well, I could see what this is about. $17 an hour. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And so I gave her a call back, and she didn't. She just. I asked about the company, and she just said basically, like, she kind of talked about it, but all in all she really said was, "We sell cutlery." So, so I was like, all right. And then she wanted to set up an interview. So I was like, well, I'm free this day. I figured, you know, I don't have a job. I'm not doing anything. I might as well go see what this is about. So I set up the interview. And then right after that, I started Googling this company.
Mm-hmm.
And just what I saw, there was like reviews from people that worked there, people that bought from those people. And I just got a weird feeling about it based off of what I read. Because like there was a lot of people saying like, this is the best place you'll ever work. I've worked here for 17 years.
Yeah.
And and then there's others like, these people are fucking scam artists. They, you know, they said that they make you pay for your first like showing cutlery, like the demo set that you're supposed to show people. That you have to pay for it, and it's like $300 something for this set.
Yikes. Yeah, I remember looking into that company too, and I decided against it. So that's probably in similar.
I called and I told that, or I called, but she didn't answer, and I text back and I said that you didn't have to worry about the interview. I'm not really interested because, you know, I'm moving and stuff, and I was just being nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she said, well, where are you moving to? And I told her the area, and she said, well, we have offices all over the country, and there's one in that area that maybe you could go into. And I was like, all right, well, maybe we can still look into this interview. But I started asking questions, and that's when she started being weird. And that I asked, what I learned was it's not door to door, and they don't do cold calling.
Okay, so what is it then?
So you're thinking, where's their client base?
Right.
They don't have catalogs. They don't have a web. I mean, they kind of have a website, but they don't have like magazines or ads or anything like that.
Yeah.
What you do when you are hired is friends and family to buy the cutlery.
What?
Basically, your
So-
first clientele is friends and family, and then what you get after that is you hound your friends and family for their friends and family.
Oh.
It's like a school fundraiser.
Yeah.
And there's fucking full-blown adults doing this. And I was like, well, this is... I came right out and I was like, listen, I don't have any friends or family that want to buy your fucking knives.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to start me off with some clientele,
My fucking
this isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, we have people that we can refer to you, but we really just kind of, want you to keep an open mind about, having your friends and family look into this stuff. And I was like, well, tell me about like the hours. Like you say you make your own hours and stuff. And she's like, well, you get paid by appointment plus commission. And I was like,
So
$1 an hour an appointment? She said, no, $17 an appointment.
what?
Every appointment you make, and they don't have to buy anything technically, as long as you get them in and do like an hour presentation on some fucking knives, you get $17.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
A whole 17 buckaroos.
Yeah, so I was like, so what's commission? She said, well, commission when you start, it gets bigger as you go, but when you start out is 10%.
You're not making any money. You'll have
Exactly.
like one appointment every like week.
So I'm doing all the work, hounding everybody I know to buy your stupid fucking $300 knives, and you're giving me roughly $50 for every set that I sell.
Maybe like if you sell
Wow.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I bring this up because A, that happened to me, and B, since I got here, I've been like applying places, and when you apply at certain places, they like release your information or like trick you into putting your resume out there or whatever.
Right.
But they basically like attack you in the email.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've just been getting fucking emails on the daily about this place is hiring and this place is hiring and this place is hiring and this
Oh,
place saw
God.
your resume.
Fuck.
Most of them. It's great because most of them are like legitimate.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I live in Sierra Vista, and I've gotten over a dozen job offers, or not job offers, but like interview offers to come, have an interview based on my resume in Phoenix, which is 4 hours away. And I cannot daily commute to Phoenix 4 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to this episode. Sponsored by Vector Marketing.
We're here, your friends and family.
Great company. Check them out. And if
Only
you'd
your
like to
friends and
contact me
family.
and set up an appointment.
Link in the bio.
Come to this dark alley. Bring $300 for the knives I'm going to kill you with. So yeah, I'm still working on getting a job. I talked to some people this morning, which honestly, after today, I have a better feeling about it than I have in the past few weeks, because it's just been, trying and that. But I actually talked to a few people today, and so I have a good. But I'm just disappointed that all these people in Phoenix are barking up my tree, but not a single fucking person in Sierra Vista wants me as much as they do. So, yeah. What time we sitting at now, Cons?
We're at 1:20. Or I'm gonna go, guys. Guys, I actually got a lot going on. I'm a busy bee.
God.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. All right. Well. Unless there's anything you guys want to, I think we're gonna close this baby up.
Yeah, I think we've covered just about everything. We got the micro
Sounds good.
rights, we got the soup, the
Oh,
Pharohin.
we got the Pharohin.
We talked about psychic cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
We covered just about
We had our first ever tie of Micro Reich.
right.
Yeah. Well, you two have been fabulous. I guess I had a hell of a time doing this. You're both
very
more
fun.
than welcome to come back if you want.
I would absolutely love to.
You'll never see
Awesome.
me again.
Just a little plug real quick. You've been listening to John Gunn West. New episodes every Tuesday. You can find us on podbean.com. You can follow us if you make an account real quick. All you got to do is, you can set up with your email if you have like a Gmail or whatever. It's real easy. Follow me, like my episodes.
Make sure to follow the Facebook page.
Which is also John Gone West on Facebook. It's the same picture. It should not be hard to find. And then we might be moving to YouTube soon, because I don't really like Podbean all that much.
Right.
It's giving me a lot of trouble. So I might possibly be moving this. And if I do make that decision, it'll be a real easy transition for you. I'll hold your hand the whole way, and it's gonna be all right. All right, just put your head on my shoulder. It's gonna be okay.
So I just
Kiss
have
for you.
one. I got one last thing to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
SoundCloud.com/Consley. SoundCloud.com/Consley. Fuck.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna do your plug next. Go to SoundCloud.com. Listen to Consley. He just released a few new tracks. You did Morgan Freeman this morning. That one was really good. I like that. You did Say So with Jeremiah the other day.
Right.
That one was pretty fire.
Did
My
B-Town
favorite.
A couple days before that.
Town and B-Town actually has a music video to it. If you go to YouTube, what's your YouTube
I think
name?
it's a random ass link. Don't worry about the YouTube.
It's Consley as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, the YouTube's Consley, but it's kind of hard to find because there's no actual YouTube.com/Consley.
YouTube and
however,
put
you
in.
could go to SoundCloud.com/Consley. That's CONSLEY. And
You're gonna want to go to
description
YouTube
there.
and put in B-Town Consley into the search bar, and I'm pretty sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And good, check him out, guys. He's funny as hell. He's gonna be doing some stream work here soon. I've heard a little bit of it. I really think you're gonna love it. And follow him on SoundCloud. Check him out. His in this podcast as well at the end is one of his songs, my personal favorite, Old School Freestyle. Also check out Growing Up. Those are the two I like. Don't let him say any otherwise.
And you guys can check out our friend Casey here, of course, at wwefanpage.com.
Yeah. Check me out.
You can also find him
Fucking
at,
gay wrestling nerd boy on YouTube.
you can also find him weekday nights at Dancourt Park, chasing pigeons and yelling at the elderly.
All right.
Just disturbing the village in general.
Well, you
All
guys.
right, guys.
this
Thanks
up?
for being on.
Yeah. No, thanks for
Yeah,
having
cue that
me.
music, boy.
All right. Well, adios.
I'm unkillable,
Peace out, guys.
invincible but sensible. Try to talk me out of it and bitch, you'll see the Pistons go. It's indefinite, waiting to make breakfast, cause I ain't fucking sleeping till Ma's got a new necklace. Fucking pretentious, rich kids with a death wish. Walk up to the doorstep and slap their ass with a dead fish. Shit, how many minutes of heaven? I've been a fan of fucking breaking shit since like I was 7, it's endless. Bitch, get off of my friends list, changed a lot in 4 years and you're making me restless. Yeah, it's time to address this. I've been keeping it quiet, but it's time to fucking show the world like I'm the messiah. I'm rising out of the fire. I know the phoenix shit is old, but bitch, I'm retired. Hear the squeak of the tire and duck your head, bitch. Cause it's time for fucking bed, bitch.